You know, you grow up and.
So what was that transition time, man? Because I know you said that you kind of were always into fighting, like just getting into trouble and things like that. When was it that transition time, if you remember correctly, when you switched over from just fighting to boxing? Like, what made you switch? Maybe was it like, well, like you said, you got you had the no fucks mentality, didn't care about anything. All of a sudden, you went into like wanting to be a little bit more thinking about what you're gonna do for your future. Maybe that was like, well, since I'm into fighting, I'm just gonna hop into the boxing world and I want to be like the greats, and this can leave a legacy for me. Is that where you kind of made that kind of mindset?
I think for me, it was like, because it was always like, you know, growing up, you know, like the way I grew up, for me, it was always like nobody could fuck with me kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's going to fuck with me, like we're going to we're tripping, you know? Yeah. It's like every time I see you, I'm going to fuck you up, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's like, it was just a different time for me. And I think like, when obviously I started boxing when I was like 15, I didn't get my first fight till I was like 16. And then I just started fighting. And that year I fought a lot of times. And I was just like really focused at like 16 on fighting. So I fought a lot of times. And then I ended up graduating in high school. And then I was like, you know what? Like, man, I'll go to school. And I went to college for a little bit. And then I had moved away and I was just focused on boxing. And I was going to school. And then I went to like some national tournaments. And then I was still boxing. And then like, I don't know. I just said I want to go pro. And
how old were you when you went pro?
I think I was like 22 when I had my first pro fight.
Now, would you consider that kind of late for someone, or is that kind of a decent age, or does it really matter?
Nah, I don't think there's ever really like a time to go pro. You know what I mean? I feel like some people go pro very young. You know, some people go pro older. I feel like for me, it was like I didn't like I said, I didn't grow up like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like in real perspectives, you know, if anything, I'm trying to be like, not say like too much, but if anything, like, I feel like I grew up a fucking gangster. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up like,
you're from Stockton, bro.
I grew up in a whole different world. You know what I mean? So to me, it was like, I was already turned out. You know what I mean? I was already turned out. And like, then when I started boxing, it was just like I was already doing that anyways, and I just liked it. You know, it was cool. Like, it was all you're doing is fighting. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's like as time kept progressing, I kept getting better, and I wanted to do more. I wanted to be the best in the city. Then I want to be the best in the state. I want to be the best in the world. You know, I want to spar this person. I want to fight this person. You know, I start wanting to fight people that I've considered myself that were good, but I want to beat them, or because I feel like I'm better. Or, you know, like it's my way of me testing myself. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was like, it's the same thing. Like, you know, growing up, you know, like you were never gonna take nothing from nobody. You know what I mean? Like, because that would decrease your value. Yeah. You know what I mean? That makes it like it makes you less of a man. You know, like to pretty much let someone fuck with you or punk you, or you know what I mean? It's like you know, and especially, you know, growing up, then it's like, and you're just gonna be somebody's fucking, you know what I mean? Like in school or just in general.
Yeah, you ain't gonna let nobody bully you or punk you. You're gonna be like, nah, screw that. I'm gonna step up to this.
Yeah, and then, you know, I was never, even once I was like really out there, I've never been a bully kind of person, you know, but I've always been like a person like, okay, well, once you cross the line and you start it, then I'm gonna finish it. I'm going all out. You know what I mean? There's no more me stepping back, but I'll hold my line firm, and then after that, and you know what I mean? That I still to this day, like, people might be like, oh, you know, sometimes Kilo's a little crazy or this and that, but really, I'm chill. You know, like I'm a respectable person. I respect everybody. I'm humble. Like, I don't like go out of my way fucking with people. You know what I mean?
And I've had the honor to know you for a little while already, for a few years. You used to box here at our gym, and when we had the boxing in, I mean, like you said, I know you, and people might see the crazy Kilo online or whatever sometimes, and like, but in reality, it's part of boxing, and you do it well, but you are a sophisticated young man. Like, we know when to turn this on, when to turn this off, and how to switch and how to talk. And I mean, hey man, you do it well, and you know, that's something you should never change. You know what I'm saying? For no one. You know, I think it's a good characteristic to have. Like, look at I mean, for example, like the Diaz brothers, they don't give no shits, but at the same time, when you meet them in person, they're chill. You know what I'm saying? Chill, yeah. They understand. You know, and then you look at people like Conor McGregor too. Like, he just goes out wild. But
I feel like I feel like I'm different. Like, you know, like the whole like, oh, you know, on social media and all that, like if anything, I try to tone that down.
Yeah.
You know? My whole thing is like, I try not to like put stuff like that out there. You know what I mean? Like maybe you might hear me cuss here and there. I'd be hyped up, but that's still me toning it down. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in like the main reason for that is like, I don't want to influence a kid for something negative in any way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't want to influence fans in certain specific, you know what I mean? Like for me, like my main thing is just like boxing, you know, do great things, be motivated, and set goals for yourself, and just reach up for greatness. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like nobody's perfect, but at the end of the day, they're like, I don't want people to be influenced by anything negative. You know what I mean? Like, course. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, if anything, I just want to put positivity out, because why would I want to put anything else out? You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
If anything, like, it's all positivity.
Yeah, and the thing is, it could be a fine line between that and negativity, I guess, the way people would look at it, because you're a fighter. You know, it's like you have to be in a way like this intimidating, tough guy kind of persona, and then sometimes you want to be that positive person. So it's kind of like you like I said, you know how to do it. You know, turn it on, turn it off, and do it well.
I think like I don't really like try to be intimidated. Like I feel like the main thing
it's
for
just
me
natural,
is like,
bro. It's natural.
It's like it's my hunger of me wanting to become somebody to get to the top. You know what I mean? Like I said, like I really come from nothing. You know what I mean? I'm from Stockton. My family's, you know, they immigrated here to the United States. You know, they've been working their whole lives. Like, you know, like there's no guarantee that I would even have a future to be around right now. You know what I mean? I could have been dead. I could have been in prison. Like I could have like, there's a lot of things that could have happened in my life. No one said I was going to become a professional boxer. Nobody said I was going to fight in all these arenas. You know, there's people like yourself that are interested in having me on their podcast. Like I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like all this is not like guaranteed, you know, like all this was like this was almost like a miracle in a way. Like, damn, this is tight. You know, like if you really look at it, you know what I mean? Like not a lot of people know, not a lot of people grew up with me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not like, if there's a lot of people out there, like they grew up with me, they know something. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who see me like, oh shit, yeah, like at a certain stage, like, you know what I mean? Like, and even then, like that shit will never leave you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that shit will never leave me. That shit's always in me forever. The thing is, it's just where my mentality is, like, what do I want to do with it? Where am I going to go? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you can't change the past. You just got to keep moving forward and learn from the mistakes or the things that you did right. And then also like look back and, like you said, where you're at now and where you came from to motivate you and be like, I'm never going to go back to doing these certain things or whatever it was that keeps you motivated and keeps that fire. And then that way you inspire other younger individuals that are coming into the boxing world, because that's kind of where you're in, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's great that you say that.
I don't even think like even sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like having backgrounds, you know, stories, like people need that, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like, that's kind of what makes a person, you know what I mean?
It's a
like,
story, bro, always. Everybody wants to know your story.
You know, and I feel like that's a big part of like also like why I am the way I am, like why I don't have fear, you know, why I'm like a part of me is like the way I am, because I feel like it feels good to be comfortable within myself. Oh, yeah. You know, like,
it's that confidence,
like, yeah, like, and it feels good, you know, like, just to be a warrior, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're like a badass. Hey, you're the ultimate warrior, bro. You're a badass. You know what I mean? Like ain't nobody trying to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know, and it's not even like in a like I'm some big badass like that. It's just the mental aspect of it.
If you like, I mean? I say, I understand what you're trying to say. It's like it's something that you have to be to understand. Yeah. It's not like you're trying to portray this person. It's naturally ingrained in you. And if you were that person, you would understand exactly what you're feeling.
Yeah, like for me, it's like I smile. Like I'm not trying to be like that. You know, the whole badass. It's more like you know, like if it like put like this, like if some shit were to crack off right now, something cracks off right here. You know, like in majority cases, like most fucking people are going to fucking like, oh shit, shit their pants. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I'm gonna be a person that shits their pants. Like I'm alert. You know what I mean? Like situations. You know, like I feel like I can see things. You know, like I'm like you know, I could be anywhere. Like I could just
got the Spidey senses, bro. Like Spider-Man.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it's like kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like another instinct. You know what I mean? It's the instinct. You know, and Yeah, you know, it's kind of like for example, you know, in a fight, in a boxer, right? You get some boxers, they get hit, and maybe if they get hit with a really good hit, they might like get soft and want to move away and run, or maybe they're gonna fucking like it's gonna shake them up, and you know what I mean. But some people, they're gonna get hit and come right back with a hit, or if anything, it's just gonna like it's gonna kind of bring more fire inside of them. You know what I mean? Like it's more like, holy shit, this motherfucker's gonna come even harder now. You know what I mean? So I think it's more like that sense. Like if anything, it's kind of like when you think about it, like if like we're in a crisis right now, for example, right?
Yeah.
Like if shit really were to like hit the fan and like everything, the world's going crazy. Like what kind of man are you gonna be? What kind of man am I gonna be? You know, what kind of man are like other males gonna be? You know what I mean? Like, you know,
survival of the fittest.
Yeah, survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? Like, are you mentally ready for whatever the fuck it is? Because if you're not, are you really a man?
Yeah.
Like in all reality, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have that mentality or that aspect as a person, as a man in general, it's like, dude, like as a man, you know,
what do we
like,
call that in Spanish? Huevos.
Huevos, you know what I mean?
Huevos.
Huevos are just like the testosterone inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like the feeling of like back to boxing. How you asked me like why I like boxing. That feeling that everything's in my hands, and if there's always something you can do, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like